He's done it.
Eh?
And yep, that's a chili, but you're probably wondering why I'm even in this situation.
Water!
Back when I started Passenger, we made a commitment to responsibility, what we call plant and protect. We've stuck to it ever since and have actually planted well over 1 million trees and protected 18,000 acres of rainforest so far. So when our conservation partner, Trees for the Future, invited us to see the impact up close, we jumped at the chance to really understand what planting a tree is all about. Today, Passenger plants a tree for every order. But what does that actually mean?
So we've just reached the Trees for the Future head office.
Welcome.
So Trees for the Future was founded in 1989 by Dave Deppner and his wife. So Trees for the Future is one of Passenger's conservation partners. So we've been working with them since 2018. The model is that they attach a tree being planted per each order.
Trees are so important in absorbing carbon from the atmosphere, but their impact here goes beyond that. Trees for the Future is working hard to break the cycle of generational poverty and restore the environment by giving farmers the power to make change with their unique forest garden approach.
Basically, it's a 4-year program. Beyond just planting trees, you are really going to work with the farmers over 4 years. And we really accompany the farmers. So we're not just giving them a seed and say, good luck with that and hoping for the best, right? So we really accompany them, train them in many different approaches. It's almost like a mini university degrees, because after 4 years, they've gained so much knowledge that the idea and the hope is that they're going to be self-sustainable.
You can look at the forest garden approach as 3 phases. Phase 1 is about protection, done in the first 2 years. It all starts with a green wall.
The green wall.
Green wall.
A green wall.
The green wall serves many purposes. It creates shade, protects the garden from the elements and neighbouring animals, absorbs carbon, puts nitrogen into the soil, and creates feed for livestock.
A farmer isn't going to want to take part in a 4-year program unless they see results straight away. After they've done their green wall, their living wall, they'll create a permagarden, which is where they'll grow their fruits and veggies.
The next step is the introduction of alleys. These help protect the garden from soil erosion and distribute nutrients. Everything that they do, and it has a double purpose. It's usually for food and livelihood, plus what else can it do? Does it put nutrients back in the soil? Does it feed livestock? During phase 2, diversification is introduced.
The farmer now has knowledge, he extends to marketing. He has enough already for the family, but he's now selling to begin bringing in income. Diversification means also optimum use of both the space they have, but also time.
So Mary has been super creative and has built this structure using wire. And so she's climbing passion fruit plants all the way across, so it not only provides shelter for the crops underneath, but it's a great way for her to harvest her passion fruits. And I got one in my pocket.
The final phase is optimization.
You diversified, but is every space utilized? Is every part of your garden productive? How are you going to continue sustaining all this you have done?
The field technicians that go out to visit the farmers in the different projects, they'll work with the farmers that have been in the program the longest, that have got the most knowledge, and they will basically train those farmers to become trainers themselves. So it's this amazing halo effect that Trees for the Future is creating, just to really maximise the impact that they're having on the farmers and the communities.
Before long, the farmers have a fully functioning ecosystem, a thriving garden that works with nature rather than against it, all while producing food and securing a livelihood for their families.
A home of nature. You are welcome to a forest garden full of life and beauty.
I used not to have these onions because I could not afford to buy. Onions, they fry. I even enjoy this to the extra.
Wherever there is my land, I've begun extending. It has improved in fertility because of these trees.
It also made some flow of income in my pocket.
Some have already bought goats. Some have pigs. We are seeing life being transformed. They are able to meet the basic needs.
Even my family, I think, is healthy because of this.
That's great.
It is shining them. They were not looking like that. They are happy. They have succeeded in seeing a European.
Yeah.
Let's go. Basi haruko tena kwa mali.
When we first got there to the first farm, we were greeted by a traditional dance that Ugandans give visitors.
Those are our traditional cultural songs we always sing here. When we are happy and excited, we tie ourselves and we begin to dance. You know you are excited.
Please.
Trees for the future. And trees are Wow.
Thank you so much. My face hurts from smiling. Oh my goodness.
4 years ago, before we started this garden, we are just putting millet.
We have a lot of farmers who start on the program with us who tell us that they're severely food insecure, that they don't know necessarily what they're going to feed their children tonight or tomorrow.
See, when you come in through the community, you'll find monocropping, grains mostly, that export the nutrients from the soil, and they've done it since they were born.
The soil's really infertile. It means that they only get 1, maybe 2 seasons a year. They might just have one harvest, and then they've got to make that money that they get from selling that produce. They've got to make it last the whole year. So with the forest garden approach, the concept is that they can have this continuation of produce because they're diversifying crops. They've got so many different types of fruits and vegetables, nuts, everything.
I gotta be honest, I'm blown away. I think what's been most impressive is actually how it works, how efficient it is. For us, I think we're all about kind of the environment. What I've really understood here is it's not just about planting trees, because we could plant trees and we save rainforests with the Rainforest Trust. But really, the only way to save trees, plant trees, or make an impact is it needs to be in the hands of the owners, not organisations, because they truly don't own it. And the only reason that trees would survive here, exist, and obviously have an environmental impact is if they're going to have an impact on people. Going to see where the farmers who have been growing their crops and everything with Trees for Future, we're going to go and see where they sell them as well to make a little extra income. I'm going into this blind. I think this could be a big experience. Behind us is one of the farmers that's on the Trees for Future project. Look at all of the goodness that they've got here. It's like, wow.
So Robert is in year 4 of his farm now.
We've seen a very big difference, and the yield of bananas and other products that they sell is very good and of high quality.
There's been so many different things over here that's given me inspiration and motivation and humility and humbleness. It's like it's blown my mind on many different ways.
The culture and the people in Uganda have been so welcoming. It's been incredible.
To see the people, to see how healthy they look, for them to be able to create a sustainable life, this to me looks like it's a cultural change. That wouldn't happen if it was just about trees. These people are getting an income, a living, a lifestyle from it, and it's a very proud moment for me personally, if I'm honest. Like, started this brand and this business 12 years ago up in a loft and had no idea how far it was going to go. I didn't know anything. I barely know anything now. Every day's a school day, but just to come over here and actually see the fruitions of like actually doing something and making a change, hard to put it in words how kind of proud I feel basically. So there you have it, the real impact of your trees, planted with every order. It's a lot more than we thought, to be honest.